Practice makes perfect, and we sure are perfectly practicing today. We're in the house, pitch practice. My name is Mark, the mental marketer. Digital marketing is my thing on social media. We have Brandon with us.
Good morning. Glad to be here.
And we have our resident Guatemalan who is back now from her exciting trip. We love seeing you there. Laura.
Good morning, everybody. Hey, excited to be back. Started pitching, started to talk about today about distribution channels. Hey, I used that tip before I even knew it because this is a distribution channel for a pitch practice that Brandon and I came up with.
Yes. Awesome.
Distributed.
Awesome. So, oh man, it's been an awesome week. I got so much going on, so much excitement in the air. But of course, our first the first thing on our agenda, I know we all agree this, is that the reason for our call is for us to be able to practice with each other. And by us practicing each other, it's like no other book club that I've ever been a part of, but it's just a book club right now, but it's really us sharpening each other. Iron sharpens iron, and we are sharing with you out there who's listening some of our greatest insights right now from this book right here. This book is a gem. What do you guys think about? Because we're getting actually towards the end of it now. We're on Secret 17, other people's distribution channel, but it's been a great read. You know, this book is really, if you wanted to sum this book up in a sentence, how would you sum it up, Brandon?
Might be a little cliche, but I mean, it could be life-changing for some people, especially those that are looking to start up their own small business, or or that are affiliate marketer or a network marketer. You know, it could be absolutely life-changing, the tips that are in this book. In fact, it's kind of what got me started in my business journey. I was trying to find a second stream of income selling cars, turned to online marketing, and I had to figure out a way to get traffic, not only to that, but also to, the automotive sales I was doing. And, I looked up how to get leads, and Traffic Secrets was the first book that popped up in the Google search.
Yeah, awesome. What's your one sentence takeaway so far, Laura?
Mine's got to be that it's very applicable to a lot of things, even if you're not a marketer. I'm not a marketer. I'm a salesperson, but by nature, a salesperson is a great marketer.
Yes.
So for me, it's very practical. It's very applicable. And you know what? It's really fun to do these books with other people, right? Because it's like, how are you applying this to your life? Like today, we're going to talk about distribution channels. Every single week when we talk about a specific subject, then I'll see it then in your social media, then I'll see it in Brandon's social media, then I'll see it in my own social media. It's like, yeah, you start pushing the ball forward. Like, how do I use this one tip today, right? And then next week, it's like, well, how do we use this other tip this week? So then it's kind of like guides my week. So it's really exciting for me. I use those concepts to then guide my week. And then you can never go wrong with growth, right?
Yes. It's more than just reading the book, but it's actually bringing the book to life and applying it. That's really, they say there's levels of learning. There's the first level of reading it and you comprehend, and then the next step is to discuss it, which we're doing now, and then the third step is to actually go out and do it. Laura, I know you started this group as just an affirmation in your head, but tell anyone out there listening why they should join us if they want to. Why should they join us?
Yeah, so if you want to get better as a person, if you want to be successful, it takes a team. It takes other people. It does take, you don't know what you don't know, right?
Yeah.
And then you actually need other people's perspective to get better. And then you don't need a million people to make something good. One other person can make it really great. I mean, when I started this, we had a lot of people join the call, maybe like 5, 6, right? And it was pretty consistent. Then it kind of dropped off, and it was really me and Brandon for almost a year. It felt like there for a second, and then you joined in. But the goal of that is the thing that I'm trying to say is it's so much more fun when you force accountability into practicing, right? Because look, we're not getting paid extra for this. That's not the point. The point is, dude, I'm going to use this to go and make myself better. That's eventually going to generate more than just money for me. It's going to generate a great attitude. It's going to generate more resources. It's going to generate a mindset of growth, right?
Yes.
That's something I'm going to build for the rest of my life. So if you want to train, if you want to build, if you want to get better, you've got to train with other people, right? Champions train.
Yes.
And it's a group of champions, right? Everybody that's in this call is looking to get better. We're consistent. There are so many days I'm like, oh, I don't want to get out of bed. I don't want to do this. But the force accountability of being with other people and doing this with other people is actually what sharpens you, and it's what sharpened me. It's that forced accountability.
Yes. What do you think, Brandon? Do you think that a world-class team can get better without practice? I mean, we talk about practice.
Yeah, practice doesn't make perfect, but it does make improvement every day. So the more that you can get up and hit that routine, meet with those people, discuss the ideas, and then go implement, that's what's going to make you better.
Now, what's practice done for you?
It's got me out of bed when I didn't want
to. They say that if you want to be regular, then show up at the time that you're set to go to work. But if you want to get ahead, you need to be there before everyone else, and you need to be there after. That's what separates. That's how you get the separation between just the average and then the extraordinary. Extra. It's that extra in the ordinary.
Absolutely.
I really found this chapter interesting about other people's distribution channels. But let's get your thoughts on it, Laura. In like great takeaways.
Yeah. So this specific chapter was talking about having a distribution channel, right? Using other people's other people's
audiences,
other people's people to grow, to then grow your own thing that you're trying to do. That's actually a tip, right? That I think it's very easy to understand, right? It's like, hey, like, what does that person have that I don't have? And a lot of it is the way that we're building businesses and the way that we're building ourselves is just, we need to be around other people, right? To then gather ideas and then sell products and just make more connections. That's kind of the tip that Brandon and I have always taken towards building our pitch practice, is how do we, hey, every week we'd always invite somebody, even if they didn't show up, like, hey, like, it doesn't matter, right? Just keep pitching people and keep inviting people, because eventually the right person will stick. And then, Brandon and I couldn't see that we would eventually make this even a show, or, make this even better. But right, forward movement opens doors you can't see. You're one of those doors for us, Mark.
I'm like French doors.
Luxury doors. I love it.
Hey, all right. And Brandon.
Yeah, I mean, leveraging other people around you is definitely beneficial. You always got to start from somewhere, and there's somebody that's already 2 or 3 chapters ahead of you that have already, paved the way for you. They've already curated the people who would fit your company's demographic. They're part of your Dream 100. You want to be like them, so they already have the people, and there's nothing wrong with I guess reaping what they have sown, so to speak, in an ethical way. And you're not stealing. You're compensating them for their time, their effort, their energy, and their expertise to get access to the ideal customer of your business. That's also the ideal customer of their business. And I mean, there's plenty of ways to do it. I mean, email, display on websites, guest blog posts, which are great for SEO for your own business. Let's see what else can you mention? I know those are the top three that I could think of from the chapter there.
Yes. He mentioned some of the traditional ways that he had been gaining access to other people's audiences. So we got the example of the hit show Shark Tank, and he talked about how just pay attention how each shark typically goes after certain deals, and it's the deals that they know that they can plug right into their already existing distribution channels. He mentioned Damon Johns with the what?
Clothing line.
Clothing lines.
Yeah.
Lori Grenier with QVC.
TV.
And then Mark Cuban with the online and offline media. So then he talked about email solo ads, which for me, email solo ads are I listened to what he said, but I still have my own ideas about that. So what he also mentioned was social media, LinkedIn, going inside of groups and having sponsored posts inside of groups. A couple of other things that I had a little mind shift on or just opened my eyes was postcards, direct mails, and he also talked about movie theaters being a distribution channel. What unique things do you see as being other distribution channels that if anyone out there is looking to get in front of other people's audiences? Yeah.
For local businesses, your Chamber of Commerce is a huge resource for you. They, depending on how active your chamber is, how big it is, they have a list of all the businesses in the area in the county that have signed up to be members, and they typically email or send out some type of postage to them once a week, month, etc. So get on that list, submit stuff over to them, let them know what is going on with your business. They're happy to promote. That's their main job to function, is to promote businesses in the area to drive the economy. So the Chamber of Commerce is absolutely huge when it comes to that kind of
stuff. Nice. Any ideas from you, Laura?
The most creative thing I've ever seen is doing the chips, the wrapper chips, the people that promote on the chips.
Oh, the like wrapper chips that have their face on potato chips.
Yeah. That's actually like such a unique way to promote, and that's why like Pepsi and Coca-Cola and all these people promote on those. I mean, I don't know how somebody like you and me would promote on that, but that's so creative. I'm like, yeah. Why would you not put somebody's face on this chip? That actually makes a lot of sense.
I'll tell you a couple examples that I have. You've been to the grocery stores and you've seen the back of the cash registers.
The receipts.
Yes.
I love those. I always look at them, but I don't think I've ever bought anything from there, but I always look at those.
Oh my gosh. I religiously got haircuts because of the coupons on the back of the receipt.
And then you ran out of hair.
She said it, I did it.
He wanted to use all his coupons, so he ran out of hair.
Yes. Oh, yes. Thanks a lot, Miss Plenty of Hair there. And And he also mentioned integration marketing, where you integrate yourself into someone else's sales process. And what about this? A thank you page. Thank you page. A thank you page is one of the best places to put a partnership. A partnership.
Okay.
They call, a thank you page after someone's already made that purchase. And then you're sitting there on the thank you page. That's when you've got, Dan Kennedy, one of the great online marketing gurus. What does he say, Brandon? He said the most excited time that someone will be ready to buy from you is when?
Right after they bought from you.
Exactly. Right after they've already bought from you. And you get that thank you page. And I'll tell you, for me, if someone has just bought a copywriting tool, or if someone has just signed for a lead management tool, then it's a perfect opportunity right there on that thank you page to have a space where they can get some more of what they just got, or maybe save something else that they just got. So if anyone's out there listening, that would be a tip. Well, I won't say if anyone's out there listening. I'll say to all of you out there listening. Because
I actually like that tip.
All three of you, Brandon, you, Mark, and you, Laura. I say that because it seems like I think people are listening into us, and that's pretty cool to see.
Yeah, but I like the thank you. I don't know who Dan Kennedy is. I should probably look him up. I like that tip, and that actually makes sense because every time I have sold multiple territory franchises, it always starts with like, man, like thank you so much for buying this one. And then really it is so true. The best time somebody then is excited to buy something else from you is when they already bought something from you. Because number one, they're the most qualified person, the most qualified customer you could talk to because they already bought from you.
Yes.
And then two is right, they're going to be excited to buy something else from you because they already believe in it. Now it's like a confirmation bias of buy another one to make sure the first one is like a super go for them,
Yes. He called it integrating. He called it integrating yourself into the sales process of your Dream 100. I got this 100%, and I am going to. It's interesting. Okay, so we're getting in the last 10 minutes of the call, so I'm just going to talk about something that I actually, I actually have sort of a partnership that I'm in works with right now, with another person who has a distribution channel of over 10,000 online. I think through all of their social channels, they're about 10,000. And me,
wow.
myself, I actually recently crossed over 10,000 total followers on, total audience, total family on all of my social media channels. And we are partnering. Yeah, and we are partnering together to share and get that exposure to each other's audiences. It's a very
is it that Craig guy?
Craig?
Is it Craig?
Oh, no, who's Craig?
I thought it was Craig Howie.
Oh, Greg Howe.
Craig Howe.
Oh, okay. Oh, that with the G.
Yes.
That was last week, and I'll tell you, I could kind of consider, what you could consider that, Laura. I think
what
that was him integrating into and every person on that summit that I took part in.
Yeah.
He got an opportunity for us because he had a requirement for the summit, and that was that we signed these. You could say there were contracts, but we had to agree to send out a certain number of email. He called them solo ads. He called them newsletter blurbs. And we agreed to make so many posts on our social platform. But actually, the leads that were collected were from people that visited. He collected all the leads. We collected the leads from the people who opted in to our freebie. And
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I
That
get
was,
an email from him every day now.
oh, you do?
I do.
Yes. Well, there's always that unsub button. And so there is. And I was talking to Brandon before we got on today, and I saw Brandon doing something with email this week too.
Yeah, I finally got off my butt, so to speak, and been telling myself I need to start emailing my list. It's not a very big one right now, but I'm looking to grow. It's just under 100 people.
A lot.
It doesn't matter the size. There's an audience there that opted in for something that I gave away that helped them out, and they probably still want to hear from me. If they don't, then as Mark said, there was that unsubscribe button. But yeah, Monday Marketing Madness. First one was sent out at like 11 o'clock at night, which is pretty crazy. Worst time to probably send something out, but they'll probably catch it first thing in the morning when they wake up on Tuesday, which is perfectly fine. So it doesn't matter when you do it, just do it.
Yeah. It goes back to like the best time to pitch is now. Now is the perfect time to pitch.
Now.
Now is the perfect time to pitch. And hey, it goes back to like what you told me. Remember, we had this I actually wrote that in my business phone. That kind of really like shook me a lot. I look at this all the time when I'm calling people. You told me this, Mark. Can you see it?
No, I can't read it.
It says you're one sales letter away from $1 million or sell or what you want. You're one something away from what you want.
Yeah.
I look at that every damn day.
How true
You told
that?
me that. You told me that. So
true
Brandon, good
is that?
job.
And you don't
It's
know.
true.
And the truth is, when you think about it, you know what? You may have already written that sales letter.
Yeah. Or have done that action. You just got to follow up on it.
Yes. It you may have already written it, but it may not have been discovered by the person who or persons that need to read it. That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, we're getting to the end here. So we've got our want to wrap it up here. Talk about what we've learned this week from this reading. This was an awesome reading, guys. Awesome. I just want to say, as we kind of wrap it up, we like to keep it kind of short. Thanks for tuning in. And of course, follow us so you can catch this show every single week. It's a show that we want you to follow Brandon with BKXX Enterprises, because Brandon is your Google My Business expert for all local businesses. So if you are a local business, you find it difficult to bring customers in the door, Brandon is your man. I've known him for a while, and I've seen him. I'm getting his newsletter, and he also has an opportunity for you to get a free copy of that digital copy of that as well. So by getting that, you're going to be able to have better bonds with your customers. So make sure we'll have that contact information somewhere. And then we have Laura, Miss Laura Morales L. Let me spell that for you. That is
INKIY.
No, it's FIRECRACKER. That's firecracker.
That's true.
How do you spell it, Laura?
You spell it with a $. I'll tell you that.
what's your saying? Who's got my money?
Hey, I made that painting better. What do you think? Who's
All
got my
right.
money?
I tell you, I follow Laura. She's got an unmistakable energy. You can feel it anywhere she's at, and she spreads that energy out to everybody. So I follow her, and yes, and I anticipate looking forward to seeing what you have to say every day because I know it's going to be something that's going to get me up and motivated. And then also following along with all of your journeys. It's just awesome to see how we're all changing other people's lives through our own unique skills, talents, and abilities. And I just so glad that we are able to come together every week. And that's what do I have coming up this week? Just follow I'd say follow me on my Linktree / mental marketer and grab my become a VIP member of on my mental marketer newsletter. I communicate frequently. That's where it's like a conversation back and forth. And you'll see me on my social channels. I've got a webinar presentation coming up with the partnership. I've got a new course that I'm creating all around social media. Laura Morales was gracious enough to sit down with me and we did an interview together. Check that out on my social media profile.
Oh, is it already on there?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. It's coming out. It's coming. So this is going to be streamed live, and it'll be available by the time it's streamed live.
I saw Brandon's, and I was like, I got to get on this thing.
I know. I saw Matt. Oh my gosh, Brandon! I saw you in an interview recently, and I was like, okay. I saw you recently, and I was like, okay. A couple things I didn't know about you there, but I love watching interviews and finding out things about you. Well, it was just okay about your move down to Florida and then why you moved back up to Urbana and then how you've gotten into sales and you were doing door-to-door sales.
Yeah, door-to-door cancer sales. It was rough. Cancer insurance sales. It was a little rough. I really honed my sales chops doing it. But there was just the time away from the family and the driving around, things like that. It just didn't fit the lifestyle that I wanted to live. So I had to kind of go back to basics and go back to selling cars before I realized that that isn't where I was planning on dying or retiring either. I figured I needed to start working for myself and build my own empire, so to speak, instead of working for somebody else.
Tell us what you have going on.
So right now I'm 2 years into, no, not 2 years, about a year and a half into a marketing agency that just kind of formulated over the side hustle gig that I was attempting to do with affiliate marketing. After learning everything I needed to learn to promote other people's product again, realized that I can just use that knowledge to help multiple businesses do the basics, at least get the basics done, to help give them that little bit of push to get more exposure in the local marketplace and get more traffic and leads to them without them having to waste their dollars on lead buying services like Angie's and Home Advisor and Thumbtack and things like that. That way they get higher quality leads that convert for less money.
Okay. Now we were talking about Angie's List, right? And how that was kind of going away, or I think they rebranded.
Angie's List is now just Angie's, and right now the FTC is suing them. It's a long drag out process. Last I checked up on them, they've requested a motion to postpone arguments. It's supposed to happen this past July or this past month, and got pushed back to September. So we'll figure out what happens in September with this case.
Anything that we should look out for you in the coming week?
Working on globally, just trying to get my reputation management program out to the masses there. You know, a 1-star increase, 5 to 9% increase in your business revenue. So having a solid reputation management program in place is key to growing the business there with the digital word of mouth, because that's all your reputation is online, is digital word of mouth. So you know, neighbors aren't talking to neighbors like they used to anymore. Everybody's pretty secluded and isolated now, but people are still going online to see what other people are saying about your business. And if you're not paying attention to it, you're losing customers before you even know.
Awesome. Laura, we can't help but notice that you're not in between 3 volcanoes.
I am. They're just mental now.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Well, Brandon, I love what you're doing over there with TikTok. I think you're really getting good at that. It's still a platform I've not really I don't love just yet. I think LinkedIn is kind of like the way to go for whatever reason, but maybe I'm super biased. You're doing a really good job with TikTok. I feel like I learned a lot from you on like kind of what's going on in the world. I take you as a news source.
Yeah, I mean that's.
Are you posting TikToks daily?
Just about. Anytime that I'm out walking the dog, I'll try to record something if I get the inspiration to. If I see something that I can formulate something really quickly, they're super raw, unedited, unproduced. Just me on there for about a minute talking about the latest in marketing or things that should be done in the business to help grow it.
Nice.
Yeah, Brandon's blowing up on TikTok. He's done a really good job with it. That's probably the only TikTok channel I actually will watch. Because then I'll randomly swipe and it's like this fat chick dancing and or like something ridiculous and I'm like, what the hell is this?
So Laura, how's it? What have you got planned up? Let's wrap it up for us in a bow here.
Wrap it up in a bow. Got some basil. I got my April. What's it called? Apron on. Got my apron on. I'm about to juice some vegetables. Yep. Always good to pitch with you guys. I don't care where in the world I'm at. I'm gonna pick up the phone and I'm gonna pitch. I'm gonna write my goals down. I'm gonna stay on target, stay on mission. There's nothing like doing this together. And anybody that wants to join, right? If you're super hyperactive like me, join the call. I feel like I listen best when I'm multitasking. I'm doing something else, right? I know, Mark, you're really good about getting us back together. Brendan and I are kind of wacky. We'll do our own thing. But, it's a really good team here. And let's keep learning from each other. Let's keep growing. Because even in the last, Mark, how long have you been with us?
A month and a half. This is our 5th episode of that we've been recording it. And I think I was here at least 3 weeks before, 2 or 3 weeks prior, 4 maybe. So it's 2 months or so, I think.
Yeah. So in about 60 days, Brandon and I were able to take this thing that we were doing every day, right? Every Wednesday. And then now you're helping us take it to the next level, right? And I think it goes to show you need a team, right? Because this idea was just man, I need to do this every day, or I need to do this once a week and I need to find people to do it with. First, it was always just with myself. Then I was like, F it, I'll invite people. I'll just take the shot, right? It's just pitching. They can say no. It doesn't matter. You do it anyway. And then whatever sticks. But when something sticks and then other things keep pushing it along, that's where we're there's so much value to it for then myself back. It's this thing that I built me back. And it's just tiny ideas that make a difference. And there is something really important to doing this with a team and to being around other people that think like you and moved forward, right? Because we're
Mm.
all moving different things, right? We're all trying to be good family people. We're all trying to, working on being better salesperson, marketing people. And that all comes with practice. That all comes with time investment of ourselves first. Because, something that I kind of get bogged down on a lot is like, I feel like at work, I have zero leadership. I feel like the leader in the room is me. Like the franchise team is kind of like, it feels like it's two people, which is true. And it's like, man, my manager doesn't even live in this town. So a lot of things I do are like, okay, like if anybody's gonna leave me, it's gonna be me, right? Nobody's gonna micromanage me. Like it's gonna be me. So it's kind of like something that Brandon always does. Like, hey, pick up the phone and just like freaking start calling. Like you figure it out as you go, but you got to lead yourself first before you lead anybody else. So that's what Brandon and I have done for the last 2 years. Anything else you want to add, Brandon?
Awesome.
I
Awesome.
think you covered it.
That's it. You did. Yeah. And we can always catch you on your Afirmaciones con Laura.
Yes, on the radio and on Instagram and on TikTok. I'm about to go live here in about 22 minutes on the radio, Latin radio. It's about 5,000 listeners on a daily, all over the world. Segments in Spanish and it's Spanglish, and it's all about afirmaciones, right? I'm always looking like, how do I make myself better? And a lot of that is like forced pressure and forced accountability. Like I gotta go deliver something for somebody else, because I think naturally, I'll speak for myself. I'll be lazy as hell if somebody doesn't keep me accountable, right? It's so easy. Like this morning, I was like, oh my God, I want to sleep 20 more minutes. What have I done, right? The first,
and just wrap it up real quick in the next 10 seconds.
Are we doing our watch now?
Oh, no. Oh, that's it. All right. So we're going to say goodbye. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll
Take care.
And we will see you next week.